allowed the two children to attend the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, politico, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die politico. My ego don't come. This one not day off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come.
What President Jonathan is doing, which 10 or so years after, all the political parties in this country agreed with. They even put it in their manifesto. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. Subsidy must be removed. We in ACN at the time at the time in 2012, we know the truth, sir. But it is all politics.
Hello there. Thank you so much for joining me again. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you again. From wherever you are joining us tonight, it is Mayegun Live. So the first thing you should do whenever you join Mayegun's Diary Politico is to first like it. It is what you should do first. Then the next thing is to share it. You see, these two actions, right? They are the simplest to do. But sometimes it can be the hardest, because if you don't do them now, you would have to be reminded later. So share this. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell all of them that Mayegun today. And yes, right. We do not have magic wand. Nigerians should be patient. The devaluation of the Nigerian Naira, according to Odudua Emefiole, Cardo B, is due to demands, and there seems to be nothing they can do anymore. They've blamed everyone, they've blamed everything except themselves. Hear this. In 7 days' time, the man they told you has been preparing to be your presidiot for 30 years will be a year in that office. So today, now good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you, and thanks for joining me. It is Mayegun Live. The trade or the stock in trade of the criminals, the ruiners of Nigeria are as follows: fear-mongering, scaremongering, and then tribal division, ethnic division, religious division, and every division they can actually push. These are their stock in trade. Unfortunately, for years, this idea of, weaponizing poverty, weaponizing ignorance, as well as weaponizing the hatred that the Nigeria successive criminal politicians have been using. But we can begin to say, gone are the days, those still does have effect on people, those who are still pretty much ignorant. I mean, those who genuinely chose to be ignorant, selective amnesia and the rest of that. But we do have a lot of our people who now know better. They do know better, and not just that they know better, they are also demanding for better. Yeah, we may not have kind of make up the number yet, but we will. A lot of people have been talking about a mental revolution. That's what we are doing. It is so easy that it is a thankless job, but it is an ongoing one, whereby the ruiners of Nigeria will no longer have power over you, over me, over your children. They will not be able to, because we will destroy the structure of ignorance, the structure of division, hatred, which has made these criminals seems powerful, but they are a bunch of coward, scared, Lilliputian criminals who can only thrive in a contraption like Nigeria. So this platform is only it's only a threat to those who are somehow averse to truth, because they say you will know the truth, and from what we heard, it will set you free. It simply means you will stop believing lies, and once you stop believing lies, then those who have been weaponizing your ignorance, they will have no power over you anymore. And that is the first battle that we are fighting. Fighting lies, propagandas, divisive politics, divisive rhetorics, things that have been working against us, but a lot of us are champions, professionals in all of this. So, and I hope that the targeted audience, the targeted people, they would see the light through this platform. They hate it when you know the truth. And that is why when you try to hold them responsible for their actions, since they are not used to it, they will quickly turn it on you. Ask them to substantiate any of their postulations, and then there will be problems. They will start attacking you, abusing you, and all of that. And because of that, a lot of us don't want to have any conversation with them, rather confrontation. What do I mean by that? People who lie to you, and they kind of have been having their way, but these days, or recently, people no longer believe their lie, and they are now calling them out. And calling them out in order not to actually really take responsibility for their actions. Then they will come after you. Don't you have respect? Say, okay, you know what? We can't have any meaningful conversation with these lunatics. So therefore, don't try to be a gentleman whenever you're having any confrontation with them. The reason why you have to actually take this as a battle. Now, let me tell you something. People do say politics is not a do or die affair. It is true, it is not a do or die. But for the criminal politicians who are coming in to serve themselves, not you, it is a do or die. And they have proven that to you many, many, many times. But do you know why you too should take it as a do or die affair? Because when you sort of stay away from these violent criminals, politicians, because it's not a do or die, then your life is in their hands. The moment they have that power, now they can decide and determine how your economy is going to be, whether you are still going to have that your business or that your job. It is so worse that they will decide if you are going. They will determine if you are still going to have that your relationship, that your marriage, that your family. Because you see, when their policies begin to take shape, and the effect of their criminally formulated policies begin to take effect, then your business will suffer, your jobs will suffer. Well, the economy is suffering right now, whereby nobody is safe from the hyperinflation that is hitting you in Nigeria. They have no solution to it. They're going to make it worse. And it's not because I'm saying it, it is because of their actions. Their actions are so contrary to what they are saying. So therefore, it is going to get worse. And it is my job to keep reminding you that it is going to get worse. Even if you don't like my face, even if you don't like my voice, even if you don't like the way I say it, or how so many of us actually says it here, it will never change what is coming. Because it's either you are not paying attention to what these guys are doing, but you are paying attention to us reacting to what they are doing, it will come. Nigeria won't recover. That is just at the start. Okay? And as for those of you who knows that thiefnubu never won any election, well, you see why I said you have to take it as a do or die. Okay? Politics is not a game. Politics is not a game. Oh, let's try it again next 4 years. Oh, let's try again so and so. No. A lot happens in 24 hours in a life of a man. Not to talk of 4 years, 8 years. You can't gamble that away and think that doesn't mean anything if you are not really ignorant. Do you understand what it means that they weaponized ignorance in Nigeria? Where you will see Nigerians in their ignorance, okay? They are so loud to the point that some people are believing that education in Nigeria is not a blessing anymore. It is actually a curse. But maybe adulterated education is the curse. Right? where people are so, I don't know, maybe it's intentional or it's actually like a pure ignorance, so to say, where you defend your oppressors without knowing that you are destroying yourself directly too. Where their actions, they tell you, oh, we're going to make your life better. Then they make your life worse because of their actions. Then they turn around and say, you should be thanking us. Your life would have been worse than this. And then you're like, man, what are these guys saying? You know? That is what APC, Egbekegbe, is whenever you choose to be ignorant by being tribalistic, by being an ethnic bigot, a tribal bigot, a religious bigot, a fanatic that can fight for God but can't fight for himself. Right? So that is why you see the APC, Egbekegbe, also panics. They panic when they see how much it is easier for the citizens to also access information that they are keeping away from them. And not just that, for citizens to begin to understand, I don't even know if I should be calling you citizens, because you don't even have any rights as a citizen of anywhere. There is no citizenship rights of you being a Nigerian. So I don't know if I should be calling you citizens or subjects. It doesn't matter anyway. So APC, Egbekegbe, who has no plan to take you out of this, they are already saying, if not for thiefnubu, things would have been worse than this. But thiefnubu saved you, okay? And his economic policy, you see where you will know that you are being led by criminals, also lunatics, and you are either a lunatic too, to have any simple tiny expectation from these guys. Now this is how they move mad a lot, okay? On the one hand, they continue to tell Nigerians, right, that thiefnubu took a very, very bold economic decision by removing subsidy. And they still say that to themselves till today. Despite the fact that there has been confirmation that these criminals they continue to pay subsidy after paying dollar subsidy to these same marketers for some times. Now they are paying that. They are paying ×2 of what Bokwari was paying for subsidy. But tomorrow they will still come out. Oh, Presidiot thiefnubu, he took a decision to save Nigeria. Oh, Presidiot thiefnubu saved Nigeria Naira by unifying the exchange rates. And that is why today, Nigeria has one single exchange rate. These are what they tell themselves. They say them in the public, and they believe that. They believe that too. Baba, Naira is stable. Like, don't lie. Okay, let's be honest now. In reality, is Nigeria Naira stable? thiefnubu met your Naira at 510 Naira to $1. And it took it to 1,900 Naira to $1 within a space of 6 months. Then they went on to borrow over $4 billion in order to give the money to the oil marketers so that they won't increase the petroleum price to 1,200 Naira per liter. That was so due. It was meant to happen in January 2024. They went as far as going to the Nigerian Foreign Reserve and they withdrew $2.4 billion in a space of 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Thiefnubu and his gang, Cardo B, they withdrew $2.4 billion to defend Nigeria Naira. All of that billions of dollars, none of them went into anything production or productive in Nigeria. No production, no nothing. Just some cash transferred and given to some guys so that the petroleum price will not jump. And all of you will not bring out your bottle and your stones, because I know you'll react, or maybe you won't. You are supposed to, right now, with the removal of subsidy that thiefnubu announced to you, you are supposed to be buying a liter of petroleum for 1,650 naira. And you will. You will. You're going to pay that. If it doesn't happen before the end of the year, of course you will pay that before thiefnubu says it clocks second year. Look around you. Abba, this is not somebody wishing you bad. Mayegun, please don't wish us this, so God forbid. How many of this hardship has God forbid in Nigeria for you? How many? Because some of you would rather openly defend criminals, and when the thing they hit you, you quickly run to that your easy corner. God, come and help us. So God is not coming. Remember that song? That Yoruba song I sang, I think it was yesterday or so, or 2 days ago. Baba mi gbẹ́rù mi o baba, ba mi gbẹ́rù mi dórí. Má ṣe dá mi dá bùkátà mi o, Jésù ọba iye. It's a Yoruba song. Like asking God to come and be my helper. Heavenly Father, please come and help me carry this life load. It is too heavy. House rent, school fees, transport fare, hospital bills, and all of that. Baba, this is too much for me. You need to come and help me carry it. And God responded, Yára gbẹ́rù ẹ o ọmọ, yára gbẹ́rù rẹ ní kíá. Ṣó fẹ́ sọ mí d'alábàárù ni o, Jésù kì í rẹ́rù òṣì. Má sọ mí d'alábàárù o, Jésù kì í rẹ́rù ìyà. Ẹrù ìyà, ẹrù òṣì. The load of oppression, the load of suppression, the load of poverty, the load of ignorance, the load of superstition and stupidity. Don't turn God into a magician. You would have to face these criminals yourself. Okay? So yeah, they did all of that. And now, the Naira that was doing kitty kitty kata kata, kitty kitty kata kata, kitty kata kata, for just about 3 weeks, is now on the run, being chased. And what did Cardo B has to say? What does Cardo B has to say? Cardo B said, they do not have the magic wand. What he is practically saying is, they do not know who to blame anymore. Because they are not bold enough to even make a move and get a Bokwari behind the bar. They can't. Because they are doing exactly the same playbook. Everything Emefiele did, these guys are doing the same thing. Yes, they are. And you will get the same results. And worse. Emefiele was a crafty. Emefiele and the Bokwari cabal that emptied Nigeria's central bank, they were very crafty, no doubt. But they actually laid the foundation, policy-wise, this or that, coronavirus money, every money they stole from Nigeria, they put them like policy. But you see this thiefnubu and gang, they actually have no idea of what, like, do it differently. No. They are just copying everything, copy and paste from Emefiole's handbook. Emefiole blamed Bureau de Change for why Naira was crashing. At a point, Emefiole cut down trees in Abuja because they said the Bureau de Change people were selling selling dollars under the trees in Abuja. In order for Naira to regain strength, they cut down trees. Over 70 trees were cut down in the business district in Abuja to stop Bureau de Change from selling dollars under the tree in order to save the Naira. Emefiole did that. Emefiole came on social media and saw, I think, what's that guy's name again? Aboki Forex. That was always there speculating on the exchange rates. Emefiole came and they said, Aboki Forex is working with enemies of Nigeria to devalue the Naira. So therefore, Aboki Forex banned. Emefiole turned around and is again, there is nobody where Emefiole self no blame. They blame rain. They blame Boko Haram. They blamed God. They blamed They blamed everything. They blamed climate change. Now this where it came. thiefnubu, the one that prepared for 30 years. Do you think it's easy to be president in Nigeria? thiefnubu has been preparing for 30 years. These were some of the things, stupid things that supposed educated people were saying. When Bulaba, the man where they say national anthem, he raised his hands, educated people. He didn't win, no. That's why I'm not going to put the blame on all of you. You did your best to stop him, but you didn't do it enough. National anthem, the way they raise hands.
The national anthem!
That is the sick man with so much money to give that educated people, including some of these ones they call the tech boys, tech bros. You see those ones that are like building apps for businesses, building different kind of, ecosystem around businesses where small businesses were able to, enhance their outreach, so to say, to enhance their reach to more customers outside their space, outside Nigeria. Then APC, Egbekegbe, told them that Bokwari who banned cryptocurrency, the same book, Angono, Emefiole banned cryptocurrency. And they started another one. They call it Niger coin. I don't know if some of you know that. Emefiole Madigon. Emefiole banned people sending money. All this money we were sending to Nigeria then, right? Emefiole developed his own app and he called it Naira. E-Naira. All of this to kind of get money and take our forex from us. While Nigeria was bleeding, all of the Nigerian crude oil money, all right, is being shared by Kyari and his people. While Emefiole was printing money, and they are sharing that as the proceeds of a crude oil sale. All of this did by, all these things done by, did by Emefiole. He did them like policy. If you open book, you will see like policy signed by Bokwari, policy signed by Bokwari. Then they went to go and bring a man that destroyed 5 banks, liquidated 5 banks as your new central bank governor. That one just came, grabbed Emefiole's handbook, and he started giving it a different name. They said Binance is the reason why Nigeria Naira was crashing. So they banned Binance. P2P is the reason they banned that. BDC, Bureau de Change, is the reason why Nigeria Naira was crashing. They banned Bureau de Change. Then they reactivated them by reissuing licenses to over 5,000 of them. Again. Then they now use them to steal over $4 billion. Because they were those that Cardo B said they were giving money to when they were defending the Naira. Okay? So at the end of the day, Nigeria have now lost not just $1. So Nigeria have lost over $7 billion. Okay? In the name of defending Naira. Nigeria have lost over 12 trillion Naira in the name of making it look like they were saving money from subsidy. And that is why state governments are getting more money. Now, they have so much money in Nigerian circulation right now that hyperinflation is finishing everybody. The rich are crying. The poor are crying. Everyone is feeling it. And when they ask Cardo B, what is going to happen now? Like, do you have any other solution? He said, well, we do not have any magic wand. Okay? So you have to be patient. Nigerians, you have to be patient. You need to give us time. Okay? We do not have any magic wand to do abracadabra. Really? About by the time Toba might be finished, when they finish with all of us, including me too, because I don't even know why I keep removing myself. No. Me will be say in 2015, if I send 50,000, my faculty gone my now like this I go do on top phone. Okay. You take 20, you take 30, you take in a That's how I usually share money. Give this one 5,000. 5,000. Thank you so much. I know it's very expensive, but take it. I'm generous, kind of. Now, if I send 1 million Naira to Nigeria, I'll go bring out my calculator just to make sure, say, it is tokenly shared. 1 million used to be a lot of money, and it was a lot of money. But in 9 years, these guys destroyed Nigeria economy. Nigeria that used to send to export stuffs apart from petroleum. Do you know that at a point in Nigeria was making more money from exporting agro products alone? Yeah, sending food here, sending food there, and then just exporting finished stuff. As bad as Nigeria was, so Nigeria was making a kill. At a point, they said Nigeria would make ×5 of what Nigeria makes from crude oil on just exporting agro products alone. Is there, the opportunity is there. You know? Or under APC, they have allowed different kind of criminals from all over the world. China, Lebanon, Europe here, America, and everywhere. You know, they've allowed a lot of criminals from everywhere who are now stealing the Nigeria resources, mineral resources, without any check. And because of this, we now have an escalated cases of terrorism in Nigeria, because Nigeria has now become a place where do whatever you can, I just don't get killed. Do whatever you can to make the money. The rogues in government who are supposed to actually regulate and make policies that keeps you safe, they don't give a damn about policies. So this is the reality today. 9 years after APC, and 1 year of thiefnubu. So you're welcome to the party. According to Shittyman, Shittyman is a terrorist. Okay? Your president is a drug dealer, heroin trafficker, and recently has been confirmed as a CIA agent. You don't know what you are up to. What you are facing in Nigeria, they are facing the same thing in Kenya as you are watching this video. Kenya economy, that was almost like also like that of Nigeria, like was looking positive at some point. Now they've brought in their own thiefnubu, the younger thiefnubu of Kenya. Ruto, that guy that some of us felt like, oh my God, Kenya judiciary. They uphold the sovereignty or the sanctity of the law. Now Ruto is selling his people to who is ready to pay. He is now jumping from one country to another, begging for loans, begging for investors, begging, just like thiefnubu. And his own is even worse compared to what Kenya is to Nigeria. Kenya, as we speak, economically, they don't enter gutters too. Their president traveled to America to go and look for investors. And guess what? On a chartered flight that cost the country $1.7 million. Yeah, you heard me right. $1.7 million. That's how much this guy spent going to America. He is also doing the same thing. They are telling them, if you want money, go back to your country and devalue your currencies. Increase the taxes. Inflation in Nigeria right now is at, well, they say it's currently at 34%. But that's not true. Food inflation in Nigeria is currently put at 40%. That also is not true. Because if a bag of rice was 7,500 Naira, when a dollar was 150 Naira to a dollar, official rate, and a bag of rice sold for 7,500 Naira, I'm talking about 50 kg rice. And then 8 years after that, Naira to dollar is now 1,600 Naira to a dollar. And a bag of rice is now over 80,000 Naira to a bag. Would you say that's just 40% increase? Would you? That's how they rate the inflation in Nigeria. Food inflation is put at 40%. I put food inflation in Nigeria at 400%. And I'm trying to kind of be generous here. But they will come back here and tell me, there are this. No. They increased their electricity tariff. Electricity generation in Nigeria dropped by more than 40%. From 8,500 megawatts of electricity being generated in Nigeria in 2015 to, just 5,000 megawatts being generated today. Nigeria is in more darkness. Nigeria is in such a bad place as we speak. Then they increased the electricity tariff in that place by 250%. Now, when they ask Cardo B, inflation is now at 34%. Food inflation is at 40%. Do you have any other thing we should be expecting? Because it's like you've tried everything. And he said, no, we are not, we do not have any magic wand. The reason why the Nigeria Naira and the reason why Nigeria dollar is rising right now is because of demand. And remember when they were talking about liquidity this, liquidity that, all the nonsense you have read in their papers that you've believed. Now you're asking yourself, what is now the problem? How come these things are not showing up? They will never show up because they are all voodoo. Fake. But they are not cheap. Fake. It's an expensive fake. Imagine wasting over 7 billion in trying to want to look good on paper while your economy continues to dwindle and the scarce resources is being used for the scarce forex, all to buy yourself some luxury. Now, the Shittyman, the terrorist, why I call him a terrorist is because he is a terrorist. Your president is a drug dealer. thiefnubu is a drug dealer, heroin trafficker. His wife is a drug dealer. Thiefnubu is a drug dealer, heroin trafficker. There are documents to this. You may not like me the way I say it. No problem. Somebody who said that, stop calling your president drug dealer because the rest of the world is seeing, the rest of the world knows. Now they try to walk like you are blind, deaf and dumb. The world knows who thiefnubu is. That's why nobody is going to bring their legitimate money to Nigeria. Nobody is going to do that. If Nigeria needs investors, thiefnubu would have to kind of begin to ask his army of thieves to probably begin to use their stolen money for the investment in Nigeria. Then your vice president is a terrorist. A terrorist who killed over 80 people in Abuja. Kabiru Shokoto was there arrested for that crime. He was standing trial for that terrorism. Then, from nowhere, he escaped from police custody. They declared him wanted. Shittyman was the governor of Borno State. Shittyman housed Kabiru Shokoto for over 7 months in Abuja, using the Borno State governor's cars to take him around Abuja for 7 months. So if I tell you your vice president is a terrorist, if you don't like it, sue me. Okay? If you can. Now, the were who believes that they can use propaganda, the same propaganda they used in forcing themselves on you, they can use the same propaganda to run Nigeria. You can't run a country on a propaganda. You have to do something, even if you have to use propaganda. You still have to do something. We knew what they were doing. Propping up at the Naira and using that as well to further empty wherever forex is available. Now the way Shittyman is now saying the problem they are facing in Nigeria right now, or the problem that is facing them, is challenging their leadership competence. If you can understand what he is saying, because some people will be like, I should bring interpreter. Shittyman, ladies and gentlemen, talking about what they have done to you and how that makes them feel. I managed to understand him, but you two should try.
A continent of street beggar economies that perennially hold out begging.
Yeah, she is also going to say it in there in case if you miss it. It's going to tell everybody there that thiefnubu is working to make Nigeria the best country on earth. Something like that. Terrorist.
A continent of street beggar economies that perennially hold out begging balls for loans or aids. It is time for Africa to truly come of age and begin to fulfill her historic destiny for the good of her people and the benefit of humanity. At the risk of sounding repetitive, the trajectory of global growth, as attested to by Mr. Ibrahima, is pointing at Africa. And Nigeria will make or mar that transition. Wherever Nigeria goes, that's where Africa goes. 1 out of every 4 black men is a Nigerian. And by 2050, Nigeria will be the third most populous nation in the world. We are going to surpass the United States. Our population will hit 440 million. And by the end of the century, when all of us here must have become poor tenants in the home of the earthworms, Nigeria will be the most populous nation on earth. And it might surprise you, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to learn that the average age of the Nigerian nation is 16.9. The Asian tigers are maturing, they are aging. If not for the influx of the Latinos and African migrants, America is aging as well. The future belongs to us. And hope springs eternal from the hearts of men. I believe that the anticipated demographic bulge, as I have always said, we are capable of transforming them into demographic dividends. There won't necessarily be the demographic disaster that will consume all of us. And education holds the key. It's the greatest leveler. Within a generation, the son of a peasant can be a celebrated icon. And the son of an Islamic scholar, Shittyman here, can easily give testimony to that. We have to invest in the education of our youth. Africa missed the agricultural age. We missed the industrial age. We are now in the knowledge-driven post-industrial age, where knowledge is key. According to Perry, a global consultancy outfit, by 2035 there will be 65 million global talent deficits. The United States will suffer from 6 million talent deficits. Brazil and Russia will equally suffer from 6 million talent deficits. Africa and Nigeria were in a unique position to take advantage of this opportunity. The highest we have ever earned from the sources of oil was $35 billion in 2011 under former President Goodluck Jonathan. A continent of street beggar economy.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Could you make anything out of what he said at all? Because sometimes I don't want to make it look like this, like it's just me. Here you get like, what is wrong with you, Mayegun? I heard what he's trying to say. We call him Maiduguri Elon Musk. Maiduguri Elon Musk. He wanted to sound intelligent. Okay, so he reads a lot of quotable quotes online, and he always tries his best not to forget them. So he could be talking about Musk, okay? Like when he was talking to those who were going to, who got 90 billion to go to Mecca. The way he was quoting, I think Mandela, okay? That the contribution of Nigeria to Hajj, to Saudi Arabia, something like that, like, and I was like, can you really saw? Anyway, I don't know if you got what he's saying there. Did you get all he's saying? No? Okay. Me too. I think I have an idea. Do you get that now? So the guy there was talking about how Nigeria population is going to be bigger than that of the United States by 2050. Okay? And that is like 26 years away, right? And according to him, Asian tigers are already aging. He didn't want to use they are dying. Come on, go with you. Asian tigers are already aging. Russia and Brazil, I don't know what he said about them. He just said something about them. And then United States, he said something too, but I didn't know what he said about them. I can't remember. And then let me remember again. I'm trying to kind of see if I could make a sentence out of that. So then he said that the rest of the world is looking towards Africa. Okay. And because Africa is the future, Nigeria is now being positioned to take that advantage. In darkness, Oloriburukus. With your armed terrorists, your brothers and sisters, terrorists in northern Nigeria that are now enveloping the rest of Nigeria. Is that how Nigeria is positioning herself for 2050? No electricity. Corruption is the order of the day. When I don't loot the future of the unborn generation by borrowing money that will not be paid back until 2130. Okay. There are some debts in Nigeria that will take 100 years to be paid back. So this is 2024. My own grandchildren and great-grandchildren. If you see this video, that means, we that are here now, in case if I know day again. We try our best to stop them from mortgaging your future. We tried our best to. I am here shouting today. This is 2024. If you see this video in 2050, and you are wondering that Nigeria has a debt that will not be paid until year 21, 23. You know what that means? That would be like a year 2123. This is year 2024. Add 100 or add 99 years to it. What you will get is a year 2123. Me and you will not be here, dead, long gone. If they never even rake our bones from wherever they bury us, then here you get, because more people will be here. More people will be, like there will be more people. If Nigeria is still existing, then there will be more people. And by then, they feel talk say, all of you will stay alive. We refuse to die. They will still deal with you. May they go deal with all of us. We don't die. They will just bring kata, grave everywhere with them, bury us. So 100 years time, you feel no even see my bone, or you will see my video. Internet will never forget. Our dear future generation, we are doing our best to see that they will not mortgage your future. They've mortgaged our own. And if you are seeing my video 100 years from now, remember my face. I did my best. I actually did. Okay? Because you see these guys, they have no plan. There is no plan for next 10 years. There is no plan for the next 20 years. They have no plan for the next 50 years. Talk of 100 years. So what that simply means is that if you are smart enough, there was a time that we were hearing Vision 2020. You know what that means? This was in year 2007, 2006. They were talking about Vision 2020. So Nigeria to be among the 20 top biggest economies in the world by the year 2020. Alaye, this is 2024. Nigeria self, they don't fit generate electricity that can last for 24 hours anywhere. And then you see 2020, Vision 2020 don't finish. Now the Vision 2050. So all of us will be children in the 90s looking forward to Vision 2020. We thought we'll be traveling in the fastest train. This issue of no electricity will be history. You sure you get all this japa syndrome go don't become history. Nigeria go don't be something. Vision 2020. Now we are part of the Vision 20 or Visionless 2020 for life. You know what that Visionless 2020? Sorry, Visionless 2020. I'll tell you. Nigeria is now one of the 20 worst economy in the world. That is the Visionless 2020. Now, can't you see what the vision will be like for 2050? Do you want somebody to tell you what the Vision 2050 is? These are the guys who are planning the future, 20 this, 20 that. And the real plan, apart from what they say, the real thing they are doing is to ensure that me and you, our unborn children, they will be born into servitude. They will be born into poverty. They will be born into lack. If it's worse now, imagine what it's going to be like in the next 50 years. If you don't stop these criminals, if you don't stop them, they will destroy all of us, including themselves too. And that's what greed does to you. It blinds you and all of that. Here you get, they take all these decisions and then they kind of make you feel like, don't worry, it will go away. It won't. And nobody's coming to help us. But listen to these guys. These ones believe that whether you like it or not, thiefnubu has done well. Now you be the judge.
The Northern Congress for Change implores Nigerians to disregard the unfounded and spurious assertions made by David Babachilawa and instead concentrate on the tangible progress and significant strides being made under the visionary leadership of President Tinubu. He is our president with his laudable policies and we have no reason not to support the program so that Nigeria can progress and return to the same image of the giant of Africa. The allegations against him were thoroughly investigated by an ad hoc committee of the Nigerian Senate, which portrayed a long shadow over his credibility and integrity. His tenure as SGF was marked by a litany of corruption allegations and scandals, and his removal from office as the Secretary to the Government of Federation was a watershed moment in Nigerian politics, raising serious questions about his trustworthiness and moral justification. Furthermore, it is worth to note that even in the last election, he supported Mr. Peter Obi for his elections, for his bid for presidency. And we see that that raised a lot of doubts about his judgment and his ability to make accurate assessments of political situations. Now, if we go back to Nigeria before Tinubu and the corruption in the oil sector, before we embark on such an examination into the current state of Nigeria under the leadership of President Tinubu, the Northern Congress for Change invites us to take a moment of reflection on the notorious circumstances, nation's circumstances prior to his administration, and leaving everyone to be a better judge in the end. Now, in the issue of the new Nigeria under President Tinubu, after the removal of subsidy, we'll take a look at it and discover that the advent of Tinubu administration has been a renewed focus of tackling corruption in the oil industry. The courageous decision to eliminate fuel subsidy has proven to be a crucial milestone on the path of economic reform. The government has introduced several reforms aimed basically at increasing transparency due to the process of accountability in the sector. These reforms include the introduction of open and transparent bidding process for oil licenses, the introduction of independent regulators to oversee the sector, and the implementation of a very robust anti-corruption program. We can see from there that the government is also taking steps at recovering stolen funds and assets, by which the government has mandated the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Nigeria's Anti-Corruption Agency, with sole empowerment to investigate and prosecute cases of corruption in the oil sector, with several high-profile cases being prosecuted in recent years. The advantages of eliminating these four subsidies can be seen clearly with a bold move has precipitated a surge in private investment in the oil sector, bolstering efficiency and curtailing wastage. The resultant savings have been judiciously redirected towards the critical sectors such as infrastructural development, education, healthcare, and also beginning to yield multifaceted benefits to the nation. President Tinubu's administration has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to inclusive leadership, skillfully balancing the diverse socio-political and religious inclinations of the nation. The exemplary leadership further spearheads an unprecedented era of economic prosperity with tangible results manifesting in various sectors already that we can attest to. Among the notable ones of this administration was the achievement of a historic milestone by introducing the present student loan program for all citizens, which has had a rigorous process set in motion to make sure they identify eligible candidates and prevent irregularities. This is also a move resulting from the subsidy removal. Despite the vociferous opposition from unpatriotic Nigerians on this issue, who have long benefited from the corrupt subsidy regime, you know it is traditional that when you fight corruption, corruption will want to rebound. That's what they are doing in that aspect. So we are focused on comprehensive agenda, undeterred by the cacophony of criticisms from those hell-bent on perpetuating the status quo of corruption in the oil sector. Under President Tinubu's leadership, Nigeria is beginning to experience unprecedented economic growth. The administration's policies have started attracting foreign investment, already boosting local production and creating jobs. His commitment to diversifying the economy has yielded positive results, with sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and technology beginning to flourish efficiently. The country is now on a path towards self-sufficiency and reduced dependence on oil sector. The diversification process is beginning to yield results. We are witnessing a new era of economic prosperity, and especially we look at the commencement of the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC,
Mr. Kyari, whose tireless efforts in transforming the oil sector is beginning to yield positive outcomes. His visionary leadership and innovative initiatives have revolutionized the industry, placing Nigeria on the path to economic prosperity once more. One of Kyari's notable achievements is the successful implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act, a landmark legislation aimed at overhauling the oil sector. He has played a crucial role in shaping the PIA, the Petroleum Industry Act, which has created a more conducive environment for investment, promoting economic growth and job creation. That commitment is also an adoption of clean energy solutions such as solar power and gas-powered initiatives. This aligns with global efforts to reduce carbon emission and promote cleaner environment, and that is the thing that is happening around the world. The Northern Congress for Change implores Nigerians to disregard the unfounded.
And small time now, they will tell us to respect old people. That man sat there and is reading lies after lies, lies after lies. And he knows he's lying. He said thiefnubu has invested in agriculture. thiefnubu has invested in this. And all of them are now coming back to life. Abba. Eh? But when we talk now, they will say we have no home training. You lack home training, Sha. It shows that you are not properly raised. Auntie. Properly raised. So, me, that will not respect people who are like, as we say, foolish people also grow old. Because I won't respect foolish people. Now, you say I don't get home training. Auntie Ewa, who trained all these ones to be like this? Do you think this is a show of good home training? When somebody, Papa, will go on TV or go on camera to read out lies. He's a victim. You see all his face. You see all of them there. He's a victim of that failed system. But he sat there. He was reading lies. Doesn't care about the future of the young ones who are there today. Whatever they promise to give to him, whatever he chooses to. There are many, many like that. You have old, you have young, and all of that. Who will tell you this? Who will say the same thing? thiefnubu is the best. Only those of you who don't like, you will see. God will shame you. You will see that thiefnubu will shame all of you. By the time thiefnubu is done, majority of you, you will be begging him to continue. Is that not what they told you about Bokwari? And what makes it even sad is the fact that same people who told you that Bokwari will shame you for not believing in their fraud and in their lies. And you were right. At the end of the day, you were right. Bokwari destroyed Nigeria. Those who helped him do it, those who helped him, they are now telling you to believe in thiefnubu. Now that thiefnubu has been there for a year, instead of them to show you, I mean, you are supposed to be able to say, oh, yeah, Baba, you know something, Mo will live very well on this one, thiefnubu has done very well on this, on that, too. Papa won't borrow money face to face. What about this one? If you think that old man owned, that one is somehow, listen to this one. And she won't sat there, like, really? Tell them to present facts, present something that we can go check and say, okay, yeah, it's true. But no. Do you know what the president has done? The president has done. Kilon saw.
This government 100%.
Give us example of those quarters where they are rating this government high.
Okay, if you come to the farming community now, I will tell you that we are rating him very high. Because, for example, some of those interventions he rolled out, if you go to farming community today, you see, we have access to tractors, we have access to fertilizers, we have access to, pesticides, insecticides, that has, improved our production, our yield in the farm. So when you ask a farmer, go to my village today, I have about 7 hectares of cassava, 10 hectares of cassava farm. I can tell you what, our production, last year we just farming now because we harvested the other one, the last harvest. So we just found another for which will be harvested in
the planting season.
Yeah, in this planting season, which will be harvested in by next year April. Okay, I can tell you that our yield in the last farming season was not compared to our yield, our harvest in 2023. So if you go to the villages today, farmers are appreciating the administration because, like I told you earlier, the interventions that were rolled out, my brother was talking about, interventions, hearing in some quarters that governors are sharing palliatives here and there. And that is true. Governors
So you have no idea the level of the mental illness that these APC guys are suffering from. He no get any farm. He's just a political jobber. He can't tell you his village. He's not sure if it is a 7 acres or 10 acres. They planted it last year, he said. And they were supposed to harvest it this year since thiefnubu has given them tractors. Abba. You know what somebody said on Twitter when he saw the video? That person is also an Agbadorian. Okay? So it was one of those who were lying to themselves that thiefnubu's policy on agriculture is going to help the farmers. The farmers will make more money. That's money for the farmers. You remember that one? I'm coming back. I just remember that video. I want to play it. That's money for the farmers. Illiteracy. It's not illiteracy.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. No.
Mad people listen to that. They say, and this thiefnubu gets sense. I'm see sense now. What he's saying there is that, you see, they should, educated people. Nigerians are not really educated. They just know how to read and write. Education means you have a discerning mind. Okay? And you should have a very good sense of judgment, a very good judge of character. That's what your education does to you. But majority of Nigerians are not educated. They just know how to read and write. And in some instances, we kind of learn how to be more English than the English. Yeah, we can speak all the grammars in this world. Trust me. Yet still be very empty. Because those are those who are going to stand behind a drug dealer. A demented drug dealer, career criminal. And they will tell you, see sense. Even the road to Okesef in OD right now, to even be able to afford to buy gari, money for the farmers, Baba, farmers are dying. The ones who are alive. You mean they talk say farmers know they go hungry. Oh, you haven't met some of the Nigerian farmers. You go to wonder, say, kilo de sir. Farm the year you need. No, it's a waste of time. Yeah. That's what they have done. Destroy farms. And that's it. For somebody who is a political jobber, a freeloader, a scavenger, an APC, a Bekegbe member, is on TV talking about he has a farm. I have cassava farm. I have cassava farm in my village. That we planted last year. They give us tractors. They gave us tractors. They gave us pesticide. They gave us fertilizers. Even in village, is that not how the APC behave? You see them say, no, it has come down. I say, how can a bag of rice be 85,000 naira? Then you see one Oloriburukus member. I don't know where you are getting your own rice, so the rice is coming down. No, I just bought one for 28,000 naira now. Where did you buy it for 28,000 naira? Person will not get 20 naira for pocket. I want political jobbers. But they will tell you, I just bought a bag. It's true. Another way will come. It is true. It's true. I bought it at Zakimbiam yesterday for 44,000 naira. I don't know. It's a local rice, but very fine. They do that all the time, don't they? And that is what you have. And it's not limited to APC. Egbekegbe, by the way. Have you listened to PDP Deputy National Chairman the one from Oshun? He's describing the work of the dancer, governor, because he's not a governor, Governor Jackson Adeleke. Yeah, Ajogba Trophy of Oshun. Now, one person wants to tell us how great is working, but he can't even list one. He can't even say this is what. Okay, you know that road to Agbelagbe Road, that 70 kilometer Agbelagbe Road. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you see how the new construction? Do you see what we have done there? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Have you seen Ayela Agbe General Hospital? Yeah, it is now 500 bed. It used to be 150 bed that nobody, but now we have done it. That's how you explain what you have done. You don't tell people, we have done everything. See road, see hospital, see school. Say, name one. They can't. And those are the characters in charge of Nigeria. How do you kind of, sort of work that out? So I'll show you. Listen to him. He's describing how much work PDP is doing in Oshun.
No, but right now, in Oshun, Adeleke is the man of the moment. A lot of people thought we are jesters, Alawa, Keri, and all that, dancers and all that. But the man just have passion for dancing. That as it may, we came into government and we started the governor. Just like you can see what they find difficult to do in their 4 years of Oyetola. We have started.
What would that be?
Road constructions, infrastructure development, go to health, go to water supply, go to almost, even go into what I can call this micro development. You might not see it, but the people at the grassroots are feeling it.
We are part of the people as well.
Thank you.
Why won't you see this existing?
You are on the...
Is it microscopic?
Yes.
If as a developer, everybody will see. We are the fourth estate of the realm. We should be the first to report.
Thank you.
So what are you talking about?
Thank you. People are feeling it. Go to the grassroots.
What exactly?
A lot of development are going on in the rural area.
Like what?
Provision of potable water. People.
The boreholes that are powered by metro engines?
That are not what? No.
Yeah.
Go to farm settlement.
Yeah.
Go to rural
Where?
areas.
Which farm settlement?
You need to go to the.
You are the member of the APC. You are the chieftain. You are saying there are developments. Show us. Mention it. Which farm settlement are you talking about? Alhaji Ajishafe.
Almost all the farm settlements that we have in Osun.
Put your name to one.
Okay, we have it in Obokon. We have in Ishokon local government.
Functional?
Functional.
You talked about a local government. Where exactly? So that people listening to us can verify.
Okay, I just want to be very careful because my own job is bigger than that. But when you go to Ishokon,
right,
between in the Ishokon local government, it's good enough with the boundary with the Jebubo and all that.
So there's a farm settlement there.
There's a farm settlement.
All right. I'm sorry. Oluwamakere, you know.
Oh, laugh won't finish me for here. Did you see that part where the other guy, who possibly is from another party, maybe APC, when that one was like, when they are talking about, he said they provided the water. And then he said, is that working? I said, yeah, it's working. Then that one now says something like, I didn't hear him well, but maybe like, are you sure? And they just turned to him like, what? Can you also? Like that. He was struggling to name those things. And if you insist that they should, they will say, it's because you don't like us. The people can feel us. We give food. You know, they gave food to people. They said they were sharing rice at the time, right? Now they have listed that as part of their achievements. You may not see it. All of you about Bele, you may not see it. But go to the grassroots. There are people that they give 5,000 naira to. 5,000 naira in this economy, it doesn't even make any sense. It may not make any sense to. They don't give anybody 5,000 though. The way that is talking, has no confirmation that anybody was given anything. No. But because they want to say it and they want you to accept it that it's true. Well, you may not see what thiefnubu is doing, but the people can see it. So what about me? I know the people. No. Listen. Then they will start speaking big grammar that doesn't make any sense to get you confused. Now, if you insist, no, answer that question. No, listen to me. Let's ask. Is that the only thing you want me to answer? I've answered you, and all of that. They will turn it into everything. Or answer the question. So that's what they do in Nigeria, and I do not know how people will subject themselves to this. They are preparing to have election in Edo, and because of this, it has created so many other issues and scenarios, including the outing of Julius Abure. Julius Abure is the Labour Party chairman, Peter Obi's chairman, and he was the one outed by the obedient. I hope you remember. Abure was outed by the obedient when the allegation and the proof of allegation of corruption made it to their table. So they called him out, they wanted him out, they said he's a stain. But there are other obedients who kind of have been working, working tirelessly to try to explain to all of you that if you join them in accusing Abure of stealing or corruption, then you are indirectly helping thiefnubu to dismantle the Labour Party. And in this case, right, it is better for you to see the evidence that Abure actually stole money. Me, I'm not saying he did, though. I am saying that he's a very much suspicious guy that has questions to answer. It was asked, pretty simple. Guy, you are in charge of the account, okay? I didn't touch their money. Print out the statement of the account and let them know how the money was indeed spent. But he won't do that. That made him a suspect. It wasn't because people hated him or no. In the midst of all of that, yeah, there is politics. There's politics of trying to get rid of him and all of that. fuck that. But the thing is this: the guy is sort of dubious in my own book, based on the evidence that I presented on that same matter on this platform. He was practically asked, do you have the statement of when you, the chairman, when they sold the party form to people who ran on the platform of the Labour Party? Where is the money? But it was like, those who are accusing me should go and bring the evidence. No, you could give us the evidence. But somehow, I understand those who have now matured enough to know that they cannot try to be holier than those who have abused all rules of engagement. I'm talking about APC. Don't try to present yourself as holy and clean and all of that. You have the rogues. In Labour Party, you have rogues everywhere, and your chairman has a very questionable sort of character now. For me, I told you, right? When it comes to what the obedience believe and what they sort of pursuing, they enjoy what I call the temple immunity. Whoever they don't like, we don't like. Whoever they like, then we like too, even if we don't agree. There is a reason for that, remember. Now, there is what actually really pushed this Abure thing, apart from the Apampas and Co., was that there was an allegation in Edo Labour Party. So they said Julius Abure collected money from Olumide Apata in order to make him the candidate of the Labour Party in the state. And some obedient in that state, they've already went on to go and meet Obaseki. And according to them, since Obaseki is from this senatorial district, there's another senatorial district that hasn't produced any governor in Benin, and that is where Asue Igodalo comes from. So when they talk about, and they kind of call themselves the equity and justice guys, Labour Party guys, obedient guys. So there's also something I need to say. For those who genuinely want to be honest, you will know that the obedience, they are not members of Labour Party. So sometimes when you want to tackle the Labour Party, you are free to do so, go ahead. Because in reality, the only person you can tackle without real evidence is Obi himself. And that is the most important thing, or the most important person to them in the obedience. So kind of don't always call them to come and defend Labour Party. No, you will be wrong. It simply means you are either somebody who is just mischievous, okay, or just stupid. So there are those who called out the chairman and said, you need to come and explain yourself. All these things, we are not going to protect or defend you. Really, you need to come and explain yourself. But others now saw that those who were asking Abure to come and explain himself, they were accusing him of collecting money from Akpata. They themselves have went on to go and collect money from Obaseki to support Asue Igodalo of PDP. So they now said, obedience is not just about Labour Party. Obedience is about good governance. Like a good governance that Obaskam has given to you, that will now prompt anyone who is from Edo State who said Edo is not Lagos, no Godfather and all that stuff. And obedient too, for that matter, to now gang up, and it was massive. Okay? Now, this kind of wahala got pushed. But Abure won't go. Somehow, he went on to go and conduct a national congress or something like that, where he organized another election. And he came out as the chairman again. Right? And this is something that they are kind of trying to manage. And I bet Obi was, then Obi showed up, meeting with Abure. And meeting with him, he said he came to visit the new exco. And that would be the Congress that was highly condemned by many people as like was just to serve the interest of Abure, where the Congress had orders, where all of them were like with Obi in 2023, but not together anymore with Abure. So Abure said they were scheming to hijack the party and blah, blah, blah. And therefore, he had to act fast. So he's emerged with his own new exco, a questionable one, right? So Obi visited them, and right there, right away, it was propagated that Obi has endorsed Abure's exco. It became a talk. That kind of a riled up the obedient in Edo State who are already working for Obaseki. Obi has to come and explain himself. How dare you go and endorse Abure? Is Obi now kind of supporting this? I mean, endorsing Abure is like, Obi endorsing Abure is like Peter Obi endorsing Mr. Yakubu. Anyway, this is me, Sha, giving you all of the wahala where I found on the Blogo spot out there, right? However, there was a video. I agree. I believe that Obi visiting Abure and speaking the way he spoke in that video simply shows that he's on the side of Abure. And for whatever it is, right? I have no idea. Thank you. Somebody just gave me a very nice gift there on TikTok. So thank you. So they said that, when he went to see him, he was like pretty much talking about reconciliation. Oh, all of you in Labour Party is aggrieved about everything, you know, this or that. You should all try and come together for peace, for progress, and all of that. So that was construed or misconstrued as endorsing Abure. I'm going to show you the video first before I show you another one, and then another one. Right? Abure spoke first, then Obi spoke next in this video.
Of our own president, the president of the masses, the president of the people, the president that will wipe the tears of Nigerians to our gathering today. Let me acknowledge the presence of our House of Rep member representing Amaguari Federal Constituency. Let me acknowledge the presence of the National Working Committee members who are present here today. I also want to acknowledge our state chairmen who are ably represented by the chairman of North Central who are present here and they are here with us today. I must say very clearly that I'm very, very elated and happy with this solidarity visit today. Words are not enough to convey the appreciation of the National Working Committee to all of you who have put this program together. And I can see that the hand of God is in this program and is with the party. We didn't plan that the presidential candidate will be here today. I actually had a meeting, one-on-one meeting with him for 12 noon or 1 p.m. And this program was initially for 12. Whatever I do, I dedicate myself and my life to whatever I do. Some people have called me a Chauvinist. Chauvinist is somebody, when you believe in a cause, you are dedicated to that cause and you are there for that cause. It may shock you to note that some of us, I particularly, have been in this party for 22 years. I have remained committed to the party over the years.
Labour Party, forward ever. Mama, Papa, LP. Let me stand on all due and existence 16 protocols. Chairman, NWC members, all my brother, the House of Rep, and all those that are here. Mine is a very short one. Like the chairman, first is I thank all of you who are here for this visit. Thank the Almighty God for bringing you safely, and I'm sure He will take you back safely from wherever you come from. Like the chairman has said, I had a private meeting with him for a particular time, 1 o'clock. And I arrived Lagos for that meeting. And I said, Chairman is one. He said that the people of Abuja, Labour Party, is in the office. And I said to him, okay, let me also come and greet them. So my own is greeting. I'm sure we will, and I've heard what you've said about the issues of the upcoming area council election. What you've said about our party and everything, and I thank you for all your comments, and I assure you that we will be there with you. We'll be there with you. We'll do whatever is possible. We'll make sure that everything is done properly and everything. You listen to the chairman talk about the party, about those who are grievant, about everything. All we want is reconcile, in order for us to be one family. And I assure you, I'm doing whatever I can in my own position, and I'm sure every one of you are doing the same thing. What I always say to people, elections have come and gone. Yes. We're not talking about how Nigerians will eat. That is the most critical thing for me now. We want to talk about food. We have to talk about caring for the people. We have to talk about security of the people. We have to talk about their education. So if you follow me every day, you see that I'm going around talking about education, talking about health, talking about poverty, talking about water. That's what I do now every day. And that is important to me until the next election. When the next election comes, we'll talk about the election. But for now, let's talk about how we're going to survive till then. It is important because we politicians always focus on election. No. So let's remain prayerful. Let's remain prayerful for Nigeria. Let's remain prayerful for Nigeria. If Nigeria is what.
Hold up. And that one, I know they, remain prayerful and whatever for Nigerians. But he's right. So he did not directly go there to, say to people that he's endorsing Abure. He said he went there to go and see them, to say hello and all of that, check on them, and, possibly meet the staff of Labour Party at their secretariat. So I hope that solves it, right? But going back to Edo State, this is just one. I have seen videos of Edo State, terrible. The state of Edo roads, very, very terrible. And I promise you, it's the same in my own state too. Yeah, it's horrible. But just for any young person, any reasonable person to kind of go around and still, because you collected 150,000 Naira from them, you're still going to go around and say, PDP should continue in Edo State. I don't know if you have control over it, but I just kind of find it ridiculous. There is no water in this one, though. But somebody shared this about one of the inner road in Edo State. That is no longer a road. It doesn't look like a road to me.
This is a street behind GT extension in Ujeme. You can see the road, how abandoned and bad it's looking. Oh, this is painful and gross. I'll use the word gross because it's bad, as in it's not looking good. You can see how bad it is. How bad the road is, and yet these people claim they are doing something. Yeah, this gutter was done, I think, last 2 years. This gutter has been like this. That was a promise given to them, but yet see the road not kept. Very bad. All through to the junction. This is how bad this particular road is. This is how insane the road is. This is how dilapidated this particular road is. And if you can look at this area very well, there are more of students and also indigents using this road. For example, someone who has a car now will not be able to drive in, or will not have to even program his or ahead of even getting a car. Why? Because of the road. And yet every year or every election we get promises from them, and nothing is being done to put people's mind to really rely on the government anymore. And many people are saying it, that they are already disappointed, and they are not even willing to even support in any way. Right? Sad dumps. And this was a road. This particular road links the Boy extension, Putri Road extension, GT extension. But as you can see, there's no road here. There's no drainage. I'll tell us the truth, I cannot enter this place for no reason. Even God no go even gree make I even try. So with this, I've given you a preview of the environmental structure and the educational structure of this particular environment, and the weight and gravity of the failures and the failed promises of the past government and leaders of this environment. Going further, you can still see there's no road in one particular street though. There's no road. And if you can see that head power there, the high tension line, there is no cable, because they are even scared of dropping a transformer, to the point that there was a transformer in that said junction. I'll tell us the truth, there was a transformer in this same street which had to be pulled out because of the erosion and the mismanagement of funds. So you can see this is also one street linking to this street. Alright. It pains me. It pains me seriously that things like this are looked down on, and they use many of all these things to play politics and feel it's none of their business after collecting one or two.
So if you are from Edo State, I'm not from Edo State, okay? And you can easily say to me, oh, I don't go understand. And you're right, maybe I won't understand, but you may be shocked that I actually understand so much than you can imagine. But I'm still not going to say I understand you better. That is happening in Edo as we speak. Talking about the impeachment of the Speaker of Cross River State House of Assembly, which they initiated this morning, it led to Wahala. And indeed, he still got removed. Do you know why they removed their speaker? They removed him for mismanagement of a fund and incompetence. You believe that? That somebody got impeached because they are incompetent. But these guys won't impeach any incompetent criminal governor, not to talk of the Presidiot. Yeah, they beat themselves a bit, but they still do it.
That claimed the life of about 4 persons. I lost over 9 million, but also today, nothing has been done. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very, very aggrieved. That is the more reason that I, on the relation of Naira, representing Calabar South, was 51. Based on that, I want to invoke Section 92, Sub 2C, for the removal of the Speaker of the Federal State. That's it. I still move. Mr. Oman, I represent the Speaker of the Federal. I hereby second the motion
They shall have beat themselves, do all of that. They still remove the speaker. But that's what the news says, that eventually the speaker got removed for misappropriation of money and incompetence. What a lie. The irony of it all. Okay, well, let's go a bit further. Away from, the guy said he is only interested in how to help the people who are going to face what thiefnubu is going to do to them, or is dishing out to them. And that's Peter Obi. Then he goes, he was seen at an hospital, and I think somewhere in Abuja today. And he had this to say.
These are all the parents that some of them are pastors and some of them are research. This is everybody. He just was discharged today. He had surgery.
Sorry.
This is his dad. Sorry. So who do you want to come with? Okay, ask the news to come out, yes, to take pictures. No, we will. This is the Cardo B. This is the administrators for Cardo B. They were so gracious enough to let us use this facility, and they've been a great partner of ours as well. So we'll go up on this and come down. That's what you want. Doesn't take any medicine from the operating room. She came all the way from the UK. So this is Dr. Smith.
Thank you.
Okay. And she actually works with one of our surgeons in the UK.
Leicester. And there I worked with one of the surgeons who belongs to Nigeria.
Well, I actually came to be able to see what the Hospital for Humanity is doing. It is a program that has gone on for years, voluntary commitment to helping us solve a critical problem with the kids. The heart problem. What they are doing is giving free heart surgery to kids. This is a critical thing which will affect several thousands of kids, but they can only operate about 1% of the population. So you could see it's a very critical thing. Well, what I think we can do better is that it is important that people look at what they're doing, appreciate it greatly, and remain like I'm sincerely grateful to the immeasurable contribution they're doing to humanity and helping us to build a better country. And urge those of us who are serving the country to emulate what they are doing and expand it. Because while about 80 children in Nigeria can be affected, they can only do maybe 300 surgery within a year. So you could see that it is just about 1%, if at all, that they can be treated within the year. So there's need to do more. So we need to collaborate with them and others and see that this is done all over the country. Well, very easily by investing in healthcare. I've always said that healthcare is the foundation of development because it's healthcare, education, and pulling people out of poverty that is the only measure of development. And so government can do more. And that is why I'm saying this. And again, Dr. Segun Ajayi and team, I thank you. All these people left their own country to come and help us. They would have just stayed back where they are and said, we have nothing to do with it. And they're doing it for free. We have to remain prayerful to Almighty God to bless you always. The same thing is, some of them, I also want to come back like Dr. Ajayi to help. It is for us in government to make it conducive for them to stay and to attract more Ajayis to come back. Because if we provide the enabling environment, they will come. I think we have enough. We don't have enough, but we can do more. And we will make sure that whatever penny that is budgeted is proper.
I mean, he has that for him. He continued to attract, positivity from the people. I mean, he continued to show you that indeed he probably won the election. So he continued to show that he could walk among the people because they voted for him if they were allowed to. And that's the one I want to say to you before I go to the next one as well. It's not about you voting. Remember, a very daft man, that young man that they now call him a blogger and human rights activist and all that, okay? So the very daft man was quoted to have said that Obi, Atiku, and the rest of the, all combined, right? They can't remove thiefnubu, therefore Obi would never be president. So we said something about that this afternoon, and somehow some of you became so kind of upset about what he said. Forget about other things people have said about that man. I'm talking about the very daft man, okay? Now, maybe the way he said it, but it is true. Do you think that people didn't vote for Obi the last time? Do you think that thiefnubu actually scored 8 million votes? Do you believe that? Well, thiefnubu did not score up to 2 million votes, genuine one if they were to count it. And indeed, for the first time, you see, the obedience, they proved to all of us that all this one that the North is going to make you president. Is there anybody that did not endorse will be the president? Is a myth. It's absolute fallacy. It's nonsense. They demystified all of that. Yeah, they defeated thiefnubu in his Lagos, like say, like they beat him like say they catch a thief, like a common thief. That's how Obi beat the Obi and his obedient. That's how they trashed. Alimosho local government is the stronghold of ACN, AD, ACN, and APC in Lagos State. They were trounced and beaten blue-black in Alimosho local government. So where do you now think thiefnubu got the rest of the millions from? You think voted for him. So the problem is not about all of you getting PVC to want to vote. The problem is that a person where they count the votes, now them go get the power over you. So if you cannot get rid of a system that allows those who are counting your votes to count it for someone else or cancel this one or write figures here and there, if you cannot get rid of that system that allows that, you are just wasting your time. Obi alone can defeat Atiku, can defeat thiefnubu in a free and fair election, and it's not because of Obi. He defeated them the last time. So they had to push him to third, hoping that it would be enough for them to stop him and keep him quiet forever, never to dare say he wants to contest election again. But he didn't go anywhere. It remains the only problem that they have. This Obi.
For sir, it's this Peter Obi, I've told you, this Peter Obi, anybody who becomes president of Nigeria and does not give a right of place, I'm not saying an appointment, or Peter Obi, Peter Obi will remove that person from office in another election. Mark my words.
So are you saying this same wave?
This same wave will not
stop. Can be repeated.
This same wave, this Peter Obi, the people supporting him, the Peter Obi that I know, after this general election, they will continue.
Even though the next cycle of elections is in 4 years.
I'm telling you, those guys,
do you understand? So, but the issue is not like it doesn't have that people. He has the millions of them. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. He's the only guy they talk about every day. He's not your president. Atiku was the second they declared. Pastor Ruga was your ex-vice president. People are not calling him to give thiefnubu idea. They are not calling Atiku to give thiefnubu idea. They are calling Obi to go and give thiefnubu idea of how to. Then when he won't give them, they said, Shebi Peter Obi says, talk saying go remove subsidy. So what is the big deal? Like, okay, say, but it didn't say we'll remove it like your druggy, illiterate thiefnubu put it. Subsidy is gone. Me, I'm going to remove subsidy. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to remove subsidy. That was how the Agbero told you. But Obi told you that, yeah, subsidy would have to go, but it has to go in stages, which simply means you start removing it in stages. Remove 30%, remove 50%. While you are removing it, right? You're already building the structure, the infrastructure to kind of replace what is likely going to make life more, like hard for the people. He said it clearly. He said it openly. thiefnubu told you, me, I'm going to remove this video. Yes, anything you want to do about it, there's nothing you can do about it. He said it. But now you are asking thiefnubu to come and you're asking Obi to come and give thiefnubu idea. When they won't, then you said, hey, but Shebi Obi now says Obi said he's going to remove subsidy. All of them said it. So why is everybody complaining? Oloriburukus, that's not what they said. And that's what a lot of you have been telling yourselves. And that you are saying that to yourself doesn't mean that it is true. That if thiefnubu told you subsidy was going to have no plan for you doesn't mean you have to call on Obi or Atifku to come and give him an idea. You are not even calling Pastor Ruga. Have you forgotten Pastor Ruga? Where is Pastor Ruga? You're not even calling him to come and give thiefnubu ideas, economic ideas. Because all of you know what they do. So the issue is not about voting. Okay? It is mostly about the people who count the votes. Currently, out of 36 commissioners of INEC commissioners in Nigeria, 19 of them are members, card-carrying members of APC. Do you know that? Or do you want to wait till 2027 to start asking that they remove them? If nobody remove these people, that is the tomfoolery that some of us think. Is it worth it? Subject yourself to this kind of a trauma again. Is it worth it? Maybe it does. Maybe it is worth it for some of you. So here is the good luck Jonathan. This is me rounding up, okay? So, and I still have like 2 or 3 videos, but I don't know if I should take calls, right? We are not many tonight. I could take an early break and go rest afterward, right? But don't go yet, okay? So Jonathan was in Rivers State to meet with Fubara, right? And he told him to try and work with Werewike. What does that even mean? Werewike has been stealing from the Rivers State people. Now he did that, and over 3 trillion naira of Rivers State people disappeared. Maybe not disappeared, mismanaged and stolen. Now he installed his own accountant general so that he could continue the fleecing. But the man, the coward, they are throwing the towers when it was being rigged by the jihadists because it does not want to kind of fight for any power, because no Nigerian blood is worth the power for good luck Jonathan. Then he handed Nigeria over to jihadists and terrorists. Then what happened? The blood of Nigerians started flowing like the ocean, slaughtered, killed, massacred by the terrorists. He saved his own life to sacrifice the lives of other millions. He knew them. He had all the intel. He knew what they were up to, how they were going to kind of unleash terror on the country, but he was such a coward. Now he's asking Fubara to be a coward. Learn how to work with Werewike. 2 of you should work together. To do what? To steal from the River State people, I think. Fubara said until February this year, even though he was sworn in as governor of River State on the 29th of May 2023, not until February this year, he was never acting as a governor. He was just acting as an appointee of Werewike until February, when he started taking decisions as governor. Can you believe that? But for Gage, Jonathan, learn how to work together for the River State people. Yeah, I need interpreter.
Governor, we commend you. And just like you made the request, we plead that the citizens of this state should encourage Fubara. He has shown within this short period that is somebody who is focused and who has a commitment to move River State to a higher level. And we need the maximum cooperation. And on that note, let me really plead, because the political tension in the state is coming too much. Transition in Nigeria is becoming a problem. At the center, presidents have been taken over from presidents. There are always issues, but at least it's better managed. But at the state level, it's becoming noisy in so many states. And I feel that is not the best. Outgoing governors and incoming governors must know that they work together for the collective interests of the citizens of the states. And that is critical, because You must work together. In this case of River State, Honorable Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Sim Fubara must work together for developing the land and the people of River State. The tension will not help us. River State is very critical in this country. River State is the heart of the Niger Delta. If River State is destabilized, the whole Niger Delta will be destabilized. And it will not end within the Niger Delta alone, because I'm from this part of the country and I know how the system works. And we wouldn't want any crisis in River State. Leaders must know that nobody takes 100%. You must learn the principle of give and take. So our own political actors must work together if you love the Rivers people. You must work together if you love the Rivers people. And I join the leaders of River State and the well-meaning Nigerians that have been calling for truce. They have been calling for ceasefire to also re-emphasize that there is a need for ceasefire. Let us do things that will rather project the state. There is this common saying that when two elephants are fighting, the grass suffers. Both the governor and our minister are young people, very young people, but they are powerful. And if they continue to fight, the Rivers people will suffer.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
But now ogogoro, you dey drink ogogoro, you dey drink kai. Very useless man. You know? Or again, it is Nigeria. And as it is, you are on your own. If you ever think any of these rogues actually have any love for you, but for themselves, then you probably deserve to be deceived every now and then. Ish. Let me add to the, I just want to get some of these guys, possibly, not just to get you thinking and talking, okay? I probably wouldn't mind. Okay, you know something? Let's take calls. But before we take calls, right? Listen to this.
My guy. All right, so yes, tithing was for the Leviticus priest, but only the 10% that God is talking about in the Bible. So let me break it down for the religious folks. You had 12 sons of Israel, 12 sons of Jacob. Everybody from every 12 tribe was given an inheritance of land, crops, and different things, except for the sons of Levi. That's why they're called the Leviticus priesthood. Levitical priesthood means son of Levi. You only could be a priest if you were of the blood of Levi. And first of all, a lot of y'all don't know if y'all even from the blood of Levi, but that's a story for another time. See, they were only given the inheritance of God, meaning everybody got land and everything else, but the priests were only dedicated to God himself. God gave them the temple to do the tithes and offerings and everything else. Their job was to stay in the temple all the time to do the offerings and tithes. See, the thing with the tithes was the Levitical priest got their share of the tithes first because they didn't have inheritance. They didn't have crops, food, land, clothes, and etc. So what they did was when the people brought all their tithes to them to the temple, all their crop shares and fruits and clothes and things that they had, oils, flour, and etc., everybody was to bring their share of stuff for tithes and offerings. See, the Levitical priests would take out their share of tithes first so that they would have food and clothes or whatever they needed first. That's where the 10% comes from. The 10% belongs to God. They were God's inheritance. So when the priests took their parts, Then they'll make the people stand in a line and dish out evenly different things to them that they need. The community. Just like they do today at shelters. The Bible says that the tithes is for widows, the fatherless, orphans, strangers, anybody who comes to them for help. The Bible tells you who the tithes are for. It says it was for these people. And then it was up for the priest to dish out these things to the people from the storehouse, the different things that people brought as tithes. So then the priest would dish out evenly to the people what they needed and who needed what. And then the rest that was left over, they just stack it back up in the storehouse. If these people needed food, give them food. If these people needed this, give them this. If this person needed clothes, to give them this piece of clothing. Tithes was for the people. It was food, flour, oil, clothes that the people brought to the priest. The priest will pick out their 10% that they want to keep as an inheritance from God. Then they will dish it out evenly upon the people of what they needed. That's where tithes come from. There's only one time in the Bible that money was mentioned for tithes. And that one time that it mentioned money is because that the people was traveling and it was time for them to give their tithes. And the stuff they gave was too heavy. They carried animals as tithes, big bags of flour, and other things. This stuff was heavy while they was traveling. So God said, go and sell your tithes and get the money. But once you get back to your destination, where you need to give your tithes to, you go back and you buy that stuff back. And then give your tithes. That's it. Only one time was tithes mentioned about money. And he made sure to tell them that once you got back to where you're supposed to go and give your tithes to, you go back and buy that stuff. You go back and buy food. And once you buy that food, then you go to the temple and give your tithes with food to stack up in that storehouse. Tithes was never money. Never. Like he says in Matthew, when you go out and spread his word, you take nothing in return. No gold, no silver, not even a copper coin. You ain't even supposed to take a penny for spreading the word. Because what was freely given to you, you shall freely give. And that was his word. So always allow Romans 3 and 4 to cross your mind. Because the love of money is the root to all evil. And that's exactly what these churches got going on. The love of money and robbing God through tithes and offerings. So let Yah be the truth and every man a liar. My God.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
What
shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind.
To the end.
Brother, how are you?
I'm fine, my good general.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening to you too. How's it going?
How are you? How are you and your family?
Well, we are fine, surviving. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, welcome.
So.
Yeah, sometimes after listening to your program, I will just feel relief, very big relief. You know, because I will believe that there is someone who is out there who cares for the people, who bring out much of his time. You understand? Because what you are doing is a very big message, and you have the opportunity to use your channel for content creator to make big money like other people do. But you choose.
That now.
Yeah,
political
but you choose.
Don't really give you that. But yeah, I'm still contented though.
Yeah. You know, but you choose to do it the other way around, to educate people, to open the eyes of the people. You have the feelings of what people are suffering in Nigeria. Right. You know, and that is a very big message. You know, that's a very big message. Yeah. That's why sometimes I feel very angry when I come to your channel, even when you're not live. I will go to your subscribers. I will not even up to 100,000. But you see, Brother Shaggy, you see, and Sabini's over 500,000 subscribers. What are they doing? They are making money. But you are doing a very wonderful work. Every day you are here with a different topic that will be brighten up our children and our grandchildren unborn. You know, God will bless you. And
and I am glad that I have the opportunity to do this. And you know, generally, right? Even though it's so important too, but money is like you know, the least of the motivator here, if you must know. But yeah, we wish we have more than what we have yet. But I still believe that you know, it's just a matter of time. The ministry is growing.
You know, like I said before, I said that time will come, maybe 7 to 8 years now, time will come. You will see, you will look back, you will see your subscribers, you will see how many people will be on live with you every day, just like this.
You will be here with me there, and we will all look back together. Do you know there are people who watches and they remember very well where I was 10 years ago on this. Now they are looking at me today, and a lot of them told me they are so proud. Number one, I've not deviated from the same line they know I have been taking for the past 11 years. I haven't changed, right? And they have seen the growth as well. So when I get to 1 million subscribers, you will be here, all of us will be here, and we will witness it. And look back and be like, you remember that time when you had like 90,000? Say, yeah. When you used to have 1,500, 2,000 people watching, I say, look at you today. I say, well, we all did it. And that's what we are doing now. We are building that organically. Well, thank you, though.
It will happen. It will happen. Yeah, my other point is Peter Obi and Abure. You know what I want to say, just a quick one, is that Peter Obi knows that everybody will not be like him. Peter Obi said that he's not a saint, but he's not a criminal. If you check him, he's not a criminal, but he's not. It means he admits that sometimes he may make mistakes. But he knows that thiefnubu and their target is to dismantle Labour Party. So he's trying to unite everyone. He's trying to unite everyone so that before 2027, they can be able to build up again, stronger than last year. So that's what Peter B is doing. He doesn't want to start picking sides. Maybe it's against Abure, it's with Abure. No, it's too early. So he just called for the unity of the party so that the people following him will know that, yes, Peter Obi is still with Labour Party. Because thiefnubu will try to find a way. Because how they have their convention, if it was like normal, INEC will not recognize Abure. But he did recognize it because he was trying to separate the party. He was trying to divide that party. How can you do a convention in a hotel? Just a few people, you know? But INEC did recognize Abure as the chairman, national chairman. Because
right. INEC actually recognizes him.
Yes. Yes. If that was a PDP or other party convention, INEC would never recognize them. Never. But he did recognize Labour Party Abure because of he know that there will be war. And thiefnubu is aware that there will be war. So he's trying to dismantle Labour Party. But Peter Obi now is calling back for the unity because he knows that millions of people are following him, not Abure. Me now, I'm obedient, not because of Abure. I don't even know Abure. Anybody that is there, national chairman, no problem. But hence, Peter Obi is there. We will follow him. So that is the point I'm trying to make. And well done with your job, my good general. Thank you so
much, Baba.
Bringing up.
I know.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, you have a wonderful evening over there in Dubai. Olapenga.
Hello.
Emoji.
Hello, good evening.
Sir.
Good evening, Mayagu.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine. You know, I have some few things to say, you know. And my own is that I do observation. I write down with my pen, and I'm not into this political correctness because this last caller now, I don't know what they see or what they saw in political Nigeria being. In fact, Nigeria working again. I don't know. I don't know where they are sleeping or where they are waking up from. Although in your temple of truth, we are here to agree and disagree. Not that we agree in everything. No. So I just want to. I was calling last week. There's one guy that said something, you know, here. Okay. That guy always called. I think he's from Benin, from Edo City. He speaks good. The English is nice. Yeah. And analysis is good. But I don't know if he's standing on one Nigeria or he's standing on Nigeria splitting. But I have to tell him, let's just scatter this thing. I used to write, I don't know why he's not coming out in comment section. I used to write tsunami. When I say it, I said this thing in a bus from Alaba. I'm traveling from Alaba to Festac. I said it in a bus when Nigeria was Nigeria. When you make argument, nobody will beat you up. We made this argument in a bus. I told them, this country is not going to work. I'm telling you this, 2009. Wow. 2009. I said it. Let just be tsunami. There's water in Medugri. Let it swallow people there. There is gas and petroleum in LA, in Port Harcourt. Let it burn people. I don't know what the scent. I'm not who is not the scent. There is a coal in Enugu. There is coal in Enugu. Let earthquake finish the people there. So gas, Anambra, swallow. The remainder.
In a nutshell, may all of us just perish. May this whole
end. Let's start a break like Sri Lanka. So let me see where they are going to put all this, their Hummer Jeep. When you go to Facebook, you see cars 2025, 2024 riding in Abuja Road. Why people are dying? So where are they getting all this money? I've lived in Germany. I'm living in America now. I've not seen people driving. Those people driving so many cars like that. You know, but these people now, people are suffering, dying, no hospital, no school, and you see 2024 BMW riding on Abuja street. You saw Dino Malaya, a grown-up, a baby adult, showcasing a split of cars without any company. If you say him now, where is your business? He cannot say anything. So this guy now that is always saying nation building, he talks a lot. He says something about Yorubas. They don't know what they have. He now got into those states. He's saying it good. It's just like putting on a good clothes and look and watch yourself on a mirror. It's good. But the mirror is dirty. When you look very well, you need to clean the mirror. And African Wahala says something like that. One guy said something about census. That guy took like 10 minutes. African Wahala just destroyed everything that guy said in 10 minutes. African Wahala destroyed it once in 2 seconds. He said, how can you have a census in a place that is not working? Who are you going to count? Are you going to count animals? So you're not going to, if there's no people, a working establishment, a working environment, you cannot be able to stand and count. So all these things they are talking, P2B walking around. I'm seeing P2B doing charity work on his own because he has been doing this thing before. For starting with Aburi alone, like this guy now said that he's following P2B. P2B knows that 1 million people millions of people are following him. Let him know that to raise a big man is equally the way to fall a big man. So that 1 million people following him and they saw him with Aburi, he cannot win 2027 election. They can run away. Just little by little, we will start. So we are not watching NTA. We are watching Google. Google now is start telling you everything in the world. I watched one documentary yesterday. I saw this guy they arrested in Mexico and brought him to America. He escaped in Mexico, this drug dealer. Now, later, he fought. No, not Pablo. Achapo or what? Achapo.
Right, you're right.
Yes.
He's a jail in America, I believe.
Do you know that during that documentary, Illinois, Chicago, as of 1979, and this is the time Tinubu was reigning there. So how can you expect this person not having contact with Tinubu? And this was the time Tinubu was reigning. And you said something today. Tinubu is CIA agent. When you go back to this Achapo and his children, how America treated them, and in their case, they gave that man life imprisonment. In his children now, they are nowhere to be found. They have arrested them all. No, in us from Nigeria, when we come to abroad, all we know is that sending our money home. We build mansions, and these white people, they know it. They are not getting any money. We are not leaving our money here. When you go to our accounts in Nigeria, 80% of Nigerians living in Germany, once their money come inside their account, they remove it. They leave small money there. And I believe this is what Nigerians are doing everywhere in the world. So they know us. So that's why they did not attack Tinubu. They now prepare Tinubu for today, Nigerians today. All these things, check it. How can you look at when you do something in a Western world, where they have database? Your name is already there. You're not running anywhere. In Germany, we used to say running away from one state to another state in Germany is just like selling a dog to buy a monkey. You see, you're not going anywhere. So how did Tinubu escape these people? That's what we are supposed to be thinking. So all these things that on Tinubu's name, they will not even allow it in a council here. But now they allow Tinubu, they are pushing him, and you see what is happening in Ukraine. My brother, let me tell you, they are preparing Western Africa, because they call West Africa paradise. They are preparing West Africa for a proxy war like what they are doing in Ukraine. You see, so these people, they see 50 years, 100 years ahead. We just see our belly, where our belly stop, make we eat and do this. So Tinubu was prepared for today. That's why Obama suffered to put his what you know that Tinubu is with Buhari. I don't know, nobody, maybe you don't believe me, but this is my common sense. Because I don't see why
you are dropping pieces of information.
Obama, a learned man, pushed Buhari to be president of Nigeria. At the end of it, Tinubu told us that he's the one that brought Buhari, and now he's his turn. And this man have baggage of dirty and everything in his that he's not supposed to be anywhere in the world. But Tinubu, shamelessly, they push him there and they are pushing him to us. And people are expecting a good thing, destroy Nigeria, scatter Nigeria, and save lives. That's where I stand, Mayegu. Thank you so much.
Yeah, emoji, you deliver. And I love your vibration too. Thank you so much for all of that, okay? You have a good evening. Now, there is one, and there is another caller here. Hello. How are you this evening?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Please.
You know what even compelled me to call?
Tell us.
You know, I was the last clip that you showed.
That one about tight, yeah?
Tight, yeah.
I spoke on that this afternoon, and I was actually saying things that people were saying. Oh, yeah, this one, Satan don't they use them? We are not using Old Testament anymore. We are using new one. Jesus said this and that, blah, blah, blah. Then another one was like, who is taking a biblical advice from somebody who put ring in the hand and say, oh, typical Niger. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Put a ring in her nose, so therefore, everything that she says, you're going to discount it because she has a ring on her nose. Do you know where she is on her walk with Christ, or in do you know where she is? You don't know where she is.
Do you see how sound she was as well, Charm? I can't even talk like that if I read the Bible. So that must be somebody who actually read the Bibles all the time.
Exactly.
She's not somebody who just read and started talking. I can't even talk like that.
This is so interesting. Can you imagine? You're trying to remove the blinkers off people, and people are insistent on keeping those blinkers on.
I swear.
Right? They're insistent on, you know what? I want to be blind and carry on doing what I'm doing. Our people are not yet ready. I have to say, they're not yet ready. What she said was so spot on, because I remember even in Nigeria, when we were there and we go to church and everything, and they'll say, raise your 500 Naira note, so that it sounded so ridiculous to me. As in, am I trying to bribe God to do what he wants to do? Am I trying to pay him money, so that he can answer me?
And now they say the more your tithes, the more God will remember you. Please, so people in Nigeria now, they are buying God. They say, do you know how much tithe I pay?
That's what they think.
And you know how much tithe I pay? I pay millions in tithe, and God blesses me.
Let me read this. God is blessing you because he wants to bless you. Because the Bible still says
many of them were not even blessed by God, though. These were thieves, so stealing public fund, though. But coming to church to give thanksgiving, though. Normal thing, but continue, Charm.
I want to read this portion in the Bible from Psalm, I beg.
Right.
It says, I will take no bullocks out of thy house, nor he goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I will not tell you.
No.
Okay? But the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. I think for me, you know what, not to just belabor the point. People just need to understand. Read the same Bible that this young girl, read and was able to, analyze and share with people. All of us, we've been reading that same Bible every day. You don't say, okay, if you don't pay tithes, right, something bad will happen to you. That is juju. That one is not Christianity again. That one is something else. Yeah. I found it hilarious. I can't believe that people were still saying that, because she has a nose ring on. Some people, you don't know where people are in the walk with Christ. And if she's going to, like, part of the what they call the fruit of the Holy Spirit is chastity, modesty, and all of that. You have to let the Holy Spirit walk with her where she is. That has nothing to do with you. Listen to the message that she's giving to you and saying, stop giving your monies to churches. That was never the intention. Okay, that was never the intention. And for our own people in general who think that, okay, the more you give, the more God will give. God, you're now, how I put it, you're now bribing God. Do this for me. There was a time I realized that God does what he wants, not what I want. What he feels is good for me, that is what he will do. Okay, so yes, you can pray and ask and intercede and do all of that, but ultimately, because we don't see all things or know all things, but we believe that he's the one who sees all things and knows all things and knows that, okay, if I get such and such, this might be a detriment to me, so he decides not to give me, which is that in every situation, give thanks to God. That's what the Bible says.
That's right.
Then,
and that is for those who actually read the Bible. You know what they say, Charm, right? They say if you fail, if you're too lazy to read your Bible, you will pay somebody else who will read it for you, and that will be your pastor.
The problem with that is that then you are subject to whatever interpretation.
Whatever he says, exactly. And that is what is happening to many people. And when they start the argument with you, right? Sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? Let God lead. I don't think I can win this argument.
No. I think what the girl did was perfect. She has put the information out there, and we shared it on your platform. We'll keep telling people, whether you want to hear or not, that is up to you. Whether if you insist that those blinkers will stay on, not a problem. Let them stay on. You carry on. Then, with regards to Peter B, I think that's the only comment I want to make is that he hasn't said anything, with regards to endorsing Abure or not. And the one thing I admire about
it's like the whole house is going on riot right now, right?
My son is always asking, "Mommy, are you angry at me?" I'm not angry at you. I don't want you to make noise. That's all.
I see. Anyway, finish what you're saying.
So, yeah, so he hasn't come out to endorse to say I'm endorsing this or this is what I'm doing and all of that, because just like the previous caller, that is going to be a pure distraction, right? And that will actually it's like letting your enemies know exactly what your plans are, right? So at this point in time, for him, he has done what he needs to do. Atiku has come out and said, okay, I'm going to do such and such, but Peter B hasn't said anything, right? Abure is coming out to say, oh, he's endorsing me. Even when you listen to when you watch the whole video, listen to what he has said, he never said specifically or categorically that he was endorsing Abure, right? You can only kind of like draw some kind of conclusion, but you could also be wrong because we don't know what is in his heart. And that's one thing about him, right? He never really lets anything out there, right? He never, until he's sure about what he wants to do. And there was something you said that there's a lot he needs to consider, right? A lot of people are very pro, we want Peter B and all of that. So he has to consider the obedient movement, at the end of the day, and what is in the best interest of Nigeria in general. To be honest, as he is right now, I'm not quite sure where he's going to go. And I even feel like, I'm not sure 2027 is going to happen. Somewhere in my spirit, I think I've been saying that since.
You have.
I don't think 2027 is going to happen. I think Tinubu is going to carry on doing what he's doing. Right now, the people who are suffering are the poor people. He hasn't started to deal with the rich people. That's where the madness is going to start. When he starts to deal with the rich people.
Okay. So you mean like whatever those who are rich in Nigeria right now are facing is not the real deal. It's not the time that is going to push them to speak. But when the real deal kicks in,
when the real deal kicks in,
you believe so?
Exactly. When the people that understand, because right now, and that's the reason why you cannot really mobilize the poor people. A lot of the poor people are illiterate. They don't really understand what is happening to them. What they do understand is that, the price of fish has changed. I was able to buy fish the other day. Today, I'm not able to buy fish. They really can't get it. They're not really connecting the dots, per se. But you see the elite. When Tinubu wants to do what he's going to do, I feel that is where it's going to kick off, because they understand. They know where their problem is, and that Tinubu is their problem, and they need to get him out. Otherwise, all of us will be poor collectively.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cham.
Thank you, Mayego, for your show, as always.
I know.
Very spectacular.
Again,
all right.
I love that. And thank you always for making it always spectacular, because there are those who look forward to hearing from some of you every evening, though. Not just myself.
I look forward to being part of your show. It's always amazing. It's always amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayego.
Okay? Cheers and have a good one, all right? There we have our Lady Charm. So I have another caller, but do you mind if I remind you, like Martinelli just did, do not hold Ogun, because if you hold Ogun, you hold Ogun offering. That could be something. I don't want to be that kind of Ogun, but you know what I mean now. Emma Oguni offering, or the offering is just for you to go under this video and just like it. I'm not asking you to put up a thumb up. I'm saying like that video. That's what you have to do. And if you have done it, don't do it again, because that means you are taking back your offering. Here is another caller. Hello there. Oh, did I get you? Okay. People still keep doing that. When you tell them, if you call in and I pick your call, right, you have to stay on the line. If you don't, and you lose it out, I'm gonna. Which one is this? Okay, leave it there. I know some of you are trying to get through as well, right? But if I pick your call, stay there. Don't end it or else. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Uncle Margaret.
It is Aduke. I suspected so as well, by the way. How are you this evening?
I'm very well. I won't be long. Great show as always. Great show. But I just want to nitpick, as the English would say, on the last caller.
Right.
She made a statement and she said that it is until the elite get frustrated with Mr. Tinubu that wahala will happen. I don't agree with that.
Right.
It is when the poor people start killing the elite. It is when your housekeeper starts to kill you, the madam. It is when until the drivers do not drop the children off at school, but they all start taking the children to sell them in another state.
Right.
It is until the poor eat the elite that anything will change. And when she said the poor, I didn't like that word because that means that's all of Nigeria. But let's not say the poor, let's say the citizens.
The citizens, even that one too is argumentative, you know, because they must have some acknowledged right, that is not by any means infringed upon before we can call ourselves citizens. Do we look like citizens, Aduke?
And that's a great question. Well, legally we are citizens.
Legally, right. Okay.
Legally we are citizens. But my point there was when we say the poor and the elite, we're not looking at the numbers correctly because only probably 10% of Nigeria has money. And I keep on saying the cities of Nigeria is not Nigeria. Lagos is not Nigeria.
No.
Abuja is not Nigeria. And these are the cities where there's a lot of wealth circulating. So we often misconstrued how we look at the country and we use cities to define the value of the people. Nigeria is poor. We are poor. But unfortunately, like I keep on saying, the poverty is not represented day to day. So when you Nigerians are living in the UK or America, when you wake up to look at Nigeria, you're looking at Nigeria from your Instagram. You're looking at Nigeria from your Facebook. You're not looking at Nigeria from walking through the villages with no water in 2024. You have a president who flies by private jet to Dubai, but majority of his country do not have clean water.
Like we should see it as we should see the bigger picture beyond all these cities, because that is exactly where the whole rot lies, and it's so visible as well. Like it's like staring us on the in our faces every now and then.
I want to encourage that exactly what you said, sir. I want to encourage all the viewers, go and see the Google map of the northern part of Nigeria. Northern part of Nigeria has the highest land. Okay? The most amount of children being born, children under the age of 5. The northern part of Nigeria has the most amount of children under the age of 5 being born. Go and look on Google Earth. It will show you that there are areas with no buildings. They are living in tents. So when we try to say, oh, the poor people, no, the people. Because the separation is not a real thing. Separation is only real when you're looking at numbers, but in reality, we're all intertwined.
We're all intertwined. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much again for that. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the evening as well.
And
okay?
you, sir.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much, Melody. And that's Aduke there. She would never miss an opportunity to remind all of us that number matters. Okay. And if all of us are interested in looking at the numbers, right? If we are alarmed and worried because of the maybe unproven data or We are worried because of what we can see or what we are witnessing in our cities in Nigeria. We cannot rate the rot through those cities. It is deeper than what some of us can even imagine, that you can stand up and be like, in 2024, there is no water in so place. Yes, there is no water. And virtually over 80% of Nigeria, there is no water. And that should scare you. It should scare every one of us. So a lot of people have had to provide their own water by drilling their own boreholes. That is not right. And then imagine those who live in the majority of them will live in those rural communities. There are some communities that there is no road, there is no light, there is absolutely nothing, no medical center, no school, no nothing. But there is never a time that they had election that they would never take a ballot box and ballot paper to those communities. There's no how remote your village is. There's no how inaccessible your community is for any development. But when it is election, the ballot box and ballot paper will get there. There is a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegu.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I know you won't remember who they talk.
I think I want to, because of the area code of your number, but remind me so that I can quickly catch up. Who is this?
It's your old-time friend from the kitchen from Australia.
Is that Saki?
No, Saki.
Let's say that again.
Not Saki.
No.
This is your friend from Australia.
Did you say Tayo?
You know, Harry from
it's
Australia.
Harry. I remember you now, and it has been a very long time.
Very long time. I just they follow at the background, they see, they hear within the happen.
Okay, thank you so much, Harry, for joining us again.
Over 10 years from the kitchen to, and you've been consistent.
Thank you.
A quick one. Somebody said that our Baba that when he started attacking the reef, that something will happen. I laugh. The man is a Maradona. He will never attack those people. He will never. Number one, did you notice that Alhaji Dantata visited him 2 days ago?
I saw that. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? And thiefnubu was and they quickly turned that to, he's so respectful. He's so respectful. Shut up, you guys. It's not newsworthy. That's why they share him. Anyway, yeah, tell us. I saw that.
Yes. What did he think say the man go to? Baba will never attack these people. Now, small, poor people now go to pay all those tax, balabu, whatever. He will never. He understands that anytime he attack those men, that will be his downfall. So he would never attack those people. So any person, well, they are called to counter the person, we say, when the certain these rich men, they go, no, they are all in the same bracket, that the same WhatsApp group, all of them. So whatever the man do, rich men, you see all those elites, like the elite might be attacking him, but he will never for one day attack the abuser. Make him try that with them. After that, go there.
You see, Dangote lost, according to them, Dangote lost over $12 billion of his assets under Bokwari.
Yes.
And it was due to the economic policies of Bokwari, even though they ended up having to give him the money back in the central bank anyway. But officially, he lost so much money because of the devaluation, the economic policy. So you think thiefnubu can actually really spare them, or I don't know?
No. You know, say there's a rumor on the mail that Tinubu see Dangote initially when he entered. People are like, these people are the Maradonas. Now they say Dangote try to see Baba those Maradonas. They don't agree making see them. Say leave this.
Remember that time too, yeah. When they struggle to see her. But it's true, she's saying one see her. True. I know, like, see, what happened was that time, Tinubu was probing that central bank and the team serious. The talk said the money that Emefiele talks said them borrow Dangote for refinery. That Dangote has paid back 70%, right? When they check the book, the total money that went through Dangote's Dangote refinery from the Central Bank of Nigeria is over $10 billion. Okay, but the book says Dangote has paid back the 70% of it. Now, when they check it, there is nowhere the money is in Central Bank. There is no proof that Dangote paid any money back. So Dangote, you get that? So Dangote was like, they go soon drag me. They go soon drag me. See one city thiefnubu to say, "Are they your size, sir? Are they your size, sir?" Sure, you get. But eventually, you saw him now, and thiefnubu appointed him as part of his economic recovery team. He's always there. It's a
permanent position for him. He's always there. Every government.
And now, once you tell them, say, "Are they your side?" Oh, what do you want? Thiefnubu is not probing for corruption. Thiefnubu is replacing those who stole under Bokwari. Is replacing them with his own people, and they can continue the stealing. Here you get.
So this where Baba go, Dan Tata go see Baba, where Baba they use 2 hands to greet. You remember making the Dan greeter? What do you think? Good. The man doesn't come out anytime.
It doesn't come out anyhow. Not even anytime. It doesn't come out anyhow.
It doesn't come out. It doesn't. You see, I'm through all the whole through Buhari time. You can't see him. No. So where did he go? Just no say something is
now. Alaye, please remember who sent me to come and talk to you. Okay. I say, don't worry, sir. Don't worry, sir.
Yes.
Call you. So you just won't come collect his own rubber. You just say come there, can't fight anybody. No, except those who won't try stop him, then he will fight them.
More tax they come out. So now if you breathe in now, breathe out now, they could charge you for breathing in tax.
It's a matter of time.
Yes. It's just maybe just they look them.
People where they live for third world country. Harry rather. So people where they live for third world country, they are being charged for the service of those who are living in the first world. Imagine somebody who is charged 150,000 naira for electricity in a month in that country. You living in Canada, you probably will spend like let's say maybe $100 or $150 on your own electricity at most a month.
See,
but your own is justified. But what about somebody living in Nigeria spending similar amounts? Does that even make any sense?
You see, do you see what is happening in Nigeria again? Papa don't successfully divide rich and poor by others ban A, ban B, ban Z, and ban F.
That's right.
If you did ban C now, no light for you now.
You get that.
No transformer.
Nah. If you ban F,
when I don't fail, no, once in the 4 years. I don't fail.
Tell them say one give them $1 trillion economy. About with 5,000 megawatt electricity, educated people believe him.
Okay.
How is that?
Okay, now this thing where total come they go Angola, now they go do See, remember back, I don't support the man, but I was thinking that he will correct some mistakes.
Okay.
To mess the obedient. I was thinking that he's going to use his sense, correct some injustice and some crazy things. Because I was thinking that what the man would do. But then don't tell us he's continuing from when Baba stopped, which is crazy.
And now
do you think if now you be international donor or maybe investor, will you invest in that place? Look at what what Total did. Did you know what $6 billion investment for in Nigeria?
You see, it's not even that they go to Angola is the issue. He saw these guys in Dubai that last time he went, okay? And they met with him, they greeted him, and they mentioned that they had a plan of investing in Nigeria power. And they actually have a portfolio of $6 billion they want to come and invest in Africa. And they're looking at Nigeria, but thiefnubu heard that. The rest of Akuri Nigalaila and the rest of all those propagandists around him,
The next thing they went to Nigeria, to their media and said, Total Energy has agreed to come and invest $6 billion in Nigeria. Meanwhile, they had nothing like that, no conversation like that. Say if you get 6 billion, Baba, you are from that place now. Let's say we are all from that Nigeria now, okay? If you get $6 billion, you go carry and go Nigeria. You. When I know mad, when I no be say I get mental problem. Policy-wise, so they don't get policy stability. Everybody just give order, left, right, and center. This one will say something now. Another person will say another thing 2 hours later. Another one will say another thing tomorrow. You are in that state of confusion, Baba. Who at the law? Your money is
He can wake up any day and mess things up.
Now?
A billionaire can be a millionaire unless. So it's not stable.
You don't get any shishi inside your business. But because they said, before you can start a business in Nigeria, you must add Nigerians to it. Now, this person go just go court, and court go say the company belong to him. Una go con the drag him. We've seen that happen many times. And there are so many companies that if Nubu and his gang, they are going to use all of their power to take from the owners. So you better not take your business to that contraption. I will be here.
I want to give other people a chance. But let me tell you, in project management, they say avoidance of conflict is the best thing that can happen to you. Because when you begin to settle conflict, settle this one, settle this, if you want to lay pipeline, if you don't bust up. But if you avoid conflict, business will be going fine. That's what is happening. We'll talk some other time. Let me allow other guys to talk.
I'm sorry. It's such a pleasure to hear from you again, though, okay? Thank you so much. Let me take another one like you suggest. I have a caller already, though, but I want to quickly remind us that if you're still here with me watching this and you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do. Okay? We're almost done now. We only have just about 5-10 minutes to go. 5 minutes, so. Hello there.
Hello, Baba.
How are you tonight, Baba? How are you doing?
I do your side. I can't complain.
Me too. Thank you so much. You're gonna be my last caller tonight, though. So
wow, that's I'm lucky. Okay, let me make it after quick. Quickly, Chime, I enjoy her contribution. It was apt. She in fact said most of the things I wanted to talk about, tithing and what have you.
Right.
Now, before I start, Kolu will the new name for Nigeria now going forward will be Kolu Limited Liability Company.
Kolu Limited Liability Company. LLC.
Yes. Baba, that guy because it's funny, but it's true.
I know.
It's funny, but it's true. Because if you look at his antecedents in Lagos, what he successfully did,
I
can guarantee you,
now, isn't it?
I guarantee you that guy will in fact, we know he did not win the election.
No.
Right? We know that he bought the election, he bought it, bought everybody that could have been bought. So therefore, he has bought the country for himself.
That's what he did.
So
now he can't even manage it.
Yeah, that's right. That's the issue. He cannot manage it. And unfortunately, those who contributed in helping him to sell, to buy rather, and some of us who refused to sell to him, we are all victims. There's a parable that my uncle used to say. He said, if farmer bag get whole, now the small yam and the first fall off before the farmer reach house. I use the same parable. In my WhatsApp group 8 years ago. They say, "Oh, Buhari is going to change the country. He's fighting corruption."
By the time Buhari finish, it goes shame all of you. I remember in 1984, in 1985, Buhari controlled this. Baba, man, that's why I won't forget all these people who wanted to be respected because they are older. I saw them. They were so aggressive in trying to force Buhari down the throat of everybody. They knew Buhari was a total disaster. They lived through Buhari time. But you see all this younger generation that were born after Buhari was overthrown.
They didn't know better.
They didn't know better, okay? Now, you misled them. You now come to gaslight us and say, we are all lazy. We are all looking for free money. We don't want to work.
Exactly.
We are blaming Buhari for everything. All you, this younger generation, you don't want to work. That's why we never respect some of these older criminals. Once I see them that they have anything to do with APC, if my chef over 80 years old, we go cost ourselves. They are the most evil people during that of Buhari time.
Exactly. And it's unfortunate, even younger people. I had a friend who boasted with me. In fact, the day I was leaving Nigeria, that was 8 years ago.
Wow.
I told them I'm not leaving Nigeria because Buhari is becoming president or became president. I already had the plan in place because even Jonathan's antecedents moving forward showed that the future for the country was bleak. So it wasn't because the country was even better off when Good Luck handed over. Yes. He was managing, yes. And you know what? Let me quickly check this in before we are running out of time.
Good
Luck saved Nigeria from a civil war that the North had already orchestrated. That whether he accepts the election or not, they were going to unleash on the country. But he saw the hierarchy on the wall and left.
Before you continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
But isn't it better for the civil war to have happened than for
it was a mistake.
100,000 people
that
later got killed? Under Buhari in 8 years. I mean, if everybody saw the future, wouldn't they prefer civil war then?
Of course.
Do their best, bring your jihadists, bring everything, we'll face ourselves.
That's right.
Only for over 60,000 people to be killed by Fulani terrorists alone. Fulani terrorists alone killed 63,000 Nigerians.
That's underestimation, sir. You are just underestimating. That's just estimating.
That's the one.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. I'm with you. Jonathan didn't want blood, but see us today, Baba.
Yes. Now Buhari came in and set Nigeria back 60 years.
Backward.
He set it back, and sadly, Kolu cannot, in my own view, I have a short term I describe Kolu as. Kolu is driving Nigeria on a highway to nowhere.
I tell you.
And he's driving so fast that the speed at which he's going, I pity Nigeria.
You know when they say, this guy don't get break, and he's doing 90 miles.
If you want to 120 kilometers, 90 miles per hour, yes.
And
it's going to be disastrous.
Break down this already.
That guy could
don't get break again, but instead of it to slow down, it don't go 100 though. And the way we are looking at it, 120, now die.
It's still going. It's still going.
Now die with day.
It's still going.
See, you know what I told people as well, Baba? I said, sometimes what we see, due to the actions of these guys, word of mouth cannot describe what we see. And there's no way you will say it that they will not think you are wishing bad on Nigeria. But it's not about wish.
Oh, exactly. It's not. It's not. It's common sense. And lastly, before I let you go, this Titan. I have one funny story about Titan. When I was growing up some years ago, I don't want to be specific. Some people might know me exactly.
Okay.
So I was attending this church.
Okay.
So my friend got a job. He just as this young school leaver, he got a job and was very excited. I said, "Oh, Titan." He gave his 10%. So the 10% was around about $20. 20 Naira. Oh my God, dollar don't finish me. So 20 Naira. So he paid happily. Then I was left. I didn't have a job. I didn't apply for a job. I was doing Jambito things, At the end of the day, one day, they just put one long list in front of church that these are the tight defaulters.
We don't pay at all.
No, tight defaulters means those who start to pay.
But they'll stop, Abi.
Let's stop.
So what happened?
So, and I went to meet my friends. I said, see, I said, you see, you started paying, and now you lost the job. They don't put your name
on those with default.
You were going for almost 1 year. But tomorrow, if I remember, I don't even laugh. I didn't laugh, I won't die.
I tell you, see, some people, right? Some people they could buy God. You know something? Exactly. There's something about us. I laugh when Nigerians want to threaten me with their God, their useless sky daddy. Okay, I seem to say we don't know ourselves. You know something? Nigerians, they don't know any God, though. People, they give God attention because they want something from God. You know that?
Of course.
People are not everybody when they go church or go mosque. They go because they be Muslim or Christians. So. No, nobody. That the way to get closer to God is through this place, and you can ask God for anything. All of them get everything that they ask God, though. And that's why they are still going back.
Of course.
So we all know that the majority of our religion is to try to blackmail or blackmail God.
Blackmail even sky daddy. No, blackmail the sky daddy when they exist. Exactly.
You know? So, nobody. We all know what we do. But let's continue pretending that we don't.
Exactly.
Oba?
I can't hear. I'll let you go, but you're too much.
Thank you.
God bless you for all the effort. In fact,
enjoy the rest of the evening as well. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. And that will be us for tonight. Indeed, we're not too many, which is all right sometimes, but I really do want us to be so many. That's why I ask you to like the video, like it. You see, when you like the video, right, you are helping me to fight YouTube algorithm. Because what they do is that all of us will be small channels like this, right? We stand no chance. Okay? We are put at the back. And we are talking about a platform with over 1 billion channel. It's over 1 billion YouTube channel. Do you know that? So imagine my own, maybe it's at number 999 million. Okay? But you can help me push it to the front by just liking the broadcast, sharing it. We've had a wonderful night, I would say, and I kind of appreciate all of you who spent it with me. I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Well, thank you so much. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a wonderful night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Mayegun Kyari political. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Kyari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí Presidiot bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.